Hey, what's going on, everybody? Hope we're doing great today. Happy Sunday. Got the public betting guide for MLB today and some college football, so be sure to like and subscribe. Check out all my betting links in the description below to get in on the action. Go ahead, turn on those notification bells. And yeah, we'll hop in it here. Cubs and Reds, 56% of the money on the Reds plus 1.5, 89% of the money on the over 10, and 71% of the money on the Cubs money line. Phillies and Brewers, 95% of the money on the Brewers plus 1.5, 87% of the money on the under 9.5, and then 53% of the money on the Brewers money line. Marlins and Nationals, 51% of the money on the Nationals plus 1.5, 77% of the money on the under 8.5, and then 91% of the money on the Marlins money line. Mariners and Mets, 90% of the money on the Mariners minus 1.5, 58% of the money on the over 9, and then 91% of the money on the Mariners money line. Red Sox and Royals, 80% of the money on the Royals plus 1.5, 76% of the money on the under 9.5, and then 93% of the money on the Royals money line. Tigers and White Sox, 52% of the bets are on the Tigers minus 1.5, 67% of the money on the under 9, and then 87% of the money on the Tigers money line. Pirates and Cardinals, 96% of the money on the Cardinals minus 1.5, 93% of the money on the over 9.5, and then 58% of the bets are on the Cardinals money line. Twins and Rangers, 60% of the money on the Rangers minus 1.5, 70% of the bets are on the over 8.5, and then 96% of the money on the Rangers money line. Blue Jays and Rockies, 93% of the money on the Rockies plus 1.5, 68% of the money on the under 11.5, and then 80% of the money on the Rockies money line. Angels and Athletics, 62% of the bets are on the Angels minus 1.5, 97% of the bets are on the over 9, and then 55% of the money on the A's money line. Braves and Dodgers, 83% of the money on the Braves minus 1.5, 87% of the money on the over 9, and then 63% of the money on the Braves money line. Giants and Dodgers, 75% of the money on the Padres minus 1.5, 88% of the money on the under 7.5, and then 67% of the money on the Giants money line. Orioles and Diamondbacks, 62% of the money on the Orioles plus 1.5, 69% of the money on the over 8.5, and 79% of the money on the Orioles money line. Rays and Guardians, 56% of the bets are on the Guardians plus 1.5, 94% of the money on the under 9, and then 98% of the money on the Rays money line. Yankees and Astros, 63% of the bets are on the Astros minus 1.5, 75% of the bets are, or the money on the under 8.5, and 60% of the money on the Yankees money line. And then college football, 68% of the money on Rutgers minus 5.5, 75% of the money on the under 38.5, and then 81% of the money on Northwestern money line. Oregon State and San Jose State, 80% of the money on San Jose State plus 16.5, 65% of the money on the over 55.5, then 68% of the money on the Oregon State money line. And then LSU in Florida, 57% of the money on Florida State plus 1.5, 56% of the money on the under 56.5, and then 83% of the money on LSU money line. That's going to be it for the video. Good luck with your picks and parlays on Sunday. Hope you guys all cash out, and I'll see you guys Monday. Have a good one.